Welcome to the Sage Thought Leadership Podcast, building experiences that connect, remove friction, and deliver insights. Well, hi everyone, and welcome to our podcast. I'm Ed Kless, and with me today is my Sage colleague, André Höfer. André has been with Sage for 12 years, the last 6 as the marketing director for Sage in Germany. He works with incredibly talented people to connect future customers with Sage. André's role as an agile marketer, leader, and coaching mindset with skills that enable innovation. Before Sage, he worked in various roles in marketing and sales for a German newspaper publisher and started his career at the BMW Group. André resides in Leipzig, Germany with his wife and 2 kids. His passion for old motorbikes led him to restore a 70-year-old BMW R35 from scratch. Welcome to the Sage Thought Leadership Podcast, André.
Thank you. Hi, Ed.
Well, first off, André, why do you do what you do?
Well, I'm a marketing guy, so I love to connect prospects, customers from our with our products, with our services. So, and that's what is my mission and my job. But I do it in a different way, I would say. Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I would do, what I do different. So I do change the way that we work in our marketing team. So I think the basic way would be to find the right media channels to connect and to tell a story, or to shout out to prospects and find the ones that are interested in our products. And I think we changed it a bit to really start with understanding what are the needs and the pains, and then really try to connect with the prospects from that point, and then iterate, understand what is the need and how they changes and what is the right way to talk to them, and do it in a different methodology, I would say, in a different way. So more learn from them, talk to them, really integrate them into our campaign and marketing, and then go on with that. Yeah.
Well, talk to me a little bit about the concept of growth hacking in marketing. First of all, what is growth hacking? Can you give me a brief definition, maybe?
Yeah, so that's one methodology I think that we really discovered last year and really were liking it. So growth hacking is the way to find the best connection to prospects, to customers for a dedicated story or topic by iterating, by trying the best way to connect. So it's not like we have a plan and then we do it step by step. It's more to find 100 ideas how we could connect better. What is the best way to reach prospects? What is the best message that we could tell? What is the best communication way, the best website, the best story on the landing page, and optimize it. And really like trying 100 things and learning, and maybe you will have one good luck, one golden story, one golden way, or maybe you try another 100 times. Yeah. So it's really about testing and trying.
And that's what I guess makes it complicated is we human beings, right? Because you could go down one path and it could work probably for a time, maybe a couple of weeks, even some months, and then something else is going to replace that and work something differently. So it's really about being able to pivot and change a little bit faster than usual. Exactly.
And you see it in the today's times. You have changes every time and everywhere, and there's that so you call black swan that pops up, may it be an epidemic or energy crisis or things like that you have to react on, and you cannot follow a plan that you create 12 months in ahead and continue to work on that. But you have to adapt what's happening. You have to adapt what's the need, and then try to find out what is the best way that we can connect prospects with our services based on that need, based on that different stories. And that's where growth hacking helps you to really continue to test, to change or to ask yourself, are you on the right way? Or is there another good story, better story, the best way that you can find? Yeah. And it's really optimizing little things. Like in marketing, you always have to think about websites, how they communicate, what you say and what point, what prospects might need and at what stage of their journey. And you try to find the best way with different iterations. Yeah.
It sounds a little bit like I'm reminded of the Charles Darwin, the developer of the theory of evolution. He's reported to have said survival of the fittest, but that's not really what he said. He said survival of the most adaptable, and it sounds like what you're talking about is almost this ability to quickly adapt to the situation that is what makes this work.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a good comparison. Yeah, that's a good example. And so it can give you an idea of what we have done in growth hacking the last month. So we wanted to kind of growth hack. It's like you said, customer reviews. So we have in Germany 60,000-70,000 customers that are happy with us, working with us day to day in payroll and accounting and things like that. But we don't have a lot of reviews on Google or on the different pages, where you can see you get your 5 stars or 4 stars or whatever, and your customers write about what's good and what's not working. So we had quite a few, and in comparison to other companies, maybe too less for our approach. And so we started to find ways how customers can be motivated to think about what they like of our products, what they don't like, and how they would rate us. And so we started to find, I think we started with 10 experiments in the starting point that we did with a small team and tested how could we communicate to customers, what would motivate them to review our product and give that review to an online platform. And so we changed the way we communicated. We changed incentives also, and things like that to really accelerate it. And I think we started with an ambition. In 3 months, we wanted to have 2,000 reviews, which is an enormous numbers to what we had before. And that was the approach that we followed, and that made us creative and started to experiment and not following one route, but 10 different, and try to find which is the best that we could then adapt for the next experiment.
And my understanding is that you got not only 2,000, but 3,000 reviews. Is that right?
Yeah, not so far. Yeah, I think that's also one thing about growth hacking. You need to have ambitious targets to really start to think about not optimizing one way or optimizing 2 ways, but to really think from the scratch, from different levels. So really be creative, be brave, be bold to find new ways. Yeah, I think we ended up now after 3 months with about 1,000, a bit less than 1,000, but we found, and that's more important, we found some ways that we can continue now creating more reviews from our customers or asking our customers to create more reviews. And so we will reach the 2,000 quite soon, because we have the ways now that we can motivate it, not with money, but with different stories, right?
Well, André, we have an exit question that we ask all of our guests, and that is, who is a hero of yours, and why are they a hero?
Yeah, so I think one that comes up in my mind is Reed Hastings. He's the founder of Netflix. Maybe you know him, and I think one point that makes him a hero for me is that he creates an environment in his company where that kind of growth and growth hacking and all different experimentations work, because he created an environment where people are bold and work together and really starting to be accountable for success. And I think that's one thing that makes Netflix, for me, is very special in terms of growth and in terms of finding new ways to build their business, to grow their business. Not by optimizing what they already do, but changing their business. And that's something that really impresses me. So that's a hero for me.
And lastly, André, how can somebody contact you?
Yeah, the best thing would be via LinkedIn, linkedin.com/André-Höfer, Hoefer. Yeah, so that's the best way, I would say.
All right. My Sage colleague, André Höfer, thanks so much for being a guest on the Sage Thought Leadership Podcast.
All right. Thank you, Ed. Bye-bye.
Review and subscribe by searching your podcast player of choice for Sage Thought Leadership Podcast.